from the Blind Brook Pride Club.
Hello, everybody. This is my first big speaking, so be kind. I am Allie, Kaye Dakers, she, they. It feels amazing to say that. I am the Pride Club Advisor at Blind Brook High School in Rye Brook and an alumni of Rye High School in 1997. So I'm so happy to be bringing all of these elements together. It feels so close to home and so right, and it makes me so happy. Pride. I'm gonna have my little speech here. All right, cool. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate. So let's talk about being queer in the 90s. It was tricky. It was amazing to be able to even say anything like that then. And of course you find your tribe, you find your people, but en masse we were the artsy ones, you know, we were the theater kids, we were in the art room all the time. We were in the counseling room all the time. Thank you, counselors. Thank you, Sandy Acevedo, who I actually saw recently and remembered me. I was like, how do you remember me? And how do you look the same? But anyway. So this is also my first year as the advisor of our GSA. I took it over from a woman, Susan Binney, who had been running it for many, many years, and it was incredibly gigantic shoes to fill. She worked magic at a time when it seemed impossible. I'm sort of leading the next charge, again, as we mentioned, led by our youth, and that really is where this comes from. All of this comes from. So the pandemic caused so many safe spaces for adults and children alike to explode. I myself even created an adult GSA for myself and my friends, and we just met on Zoom every week and all of these things, and that seemed to be like the next step to really bring that to who really needs it as well, with is our youth. So I basically worked this year to bring all the satellites that are floating, all the little rainbow cometed tails floating around, and bring them back into orbit. We had some kids coming to meetings, maybe 2 or 3 every week, and that number began to grow a little bit and shrink and grow. We had kids that were just following the Safe Space email chain. We have some kids that would just give me like a, oh gosh, and run away in the halls. Because I did feel like, I was wondering, was my work causing an undue spotlight on some kids that weren't quite ready? But I realized too, just as we said earlier, it is the signs of visibility that give the courage, that give the heart to move forward and give the strength and recognition of what is actually inside that so deserves to come out and shine. We call our club Pride Club rather than GSA. It is what they chose. And we know now is Pride Month, we have a lot of different viewpoints on what that means. We have some negative connotations of the word, showing off, too much, all of this. But we need to remember what pride really stands for. It stands for something incredibly different for the pride community. It stands for a celebration of culture and community. It's a celebration of reclamation of self and community. And most importantly, and this is what I drive home to any human, really, pride is the antidote to shame. Pride is not saying, look at me, I'm so great. It's saying, look at me, I'm here, I'm worthy. I have a right to exist. This isn't just some kind of like brash celebration. It's a reclamation. And it is so important. And the kids, I am so proud of them for embracing that. You can talk to them, they can tell you that now. Like they've taken that message in. And through the course of this year, we managed to really, really build a program for our school, for our kids. We had Glad Spirit Day in October to kick off the year. We had our Trans Day of Visibility in our school, totally administration supported, totally backed by our Board of Education. So thank you to Blind Brook School District for that. We also had our Day of Silence, and we broke the silence at the end of that day for so many that don't have a voice. And just this week, we raised the flag at an official pride raising. Ms. Kia Thomas, who is also a strong worker, a beautiful force in the work that we do, sang for us. She's a substitute teacher at our school as well, in addition to all the other work that she does. And we had our Pride Day yesterday, and it was fantastic. The kids came out, it was phenomenal. And we also just received notification, and I want to thank County Executive George Latimer for recognizing the Blind Brook Pride Club this year. And I'm giving that award, she'll be receiving it tomorrow, to Miss Tessa Bernard, a junior, who really rose from kind of not being sure, very quiet, to leading the charge with this work. And I am so beyond proud of her. And I thank you all for being here, continuing the charge. I am so in love with all of this right now, and all of you and the youth, that you will be changing the world. Latest Gallup poll, 25% of Gen Z identifies, connects with, in some way, know who they are. Remember, no one can take away the parts of you. No one can make your colors fade. Let them shine. You absolutely deserve it, and we need it. Thank you.